the conference call at 9, and we don't have our offices finished yet. And I do not want. Oh, that eliminates that echo. I do not want to disturb her. All right. So to all of our affiliates, forgive us for going an hour early, but that is the reason. We hope to have our offices finished by next weekend when I'm busy raising hell doing NCAA picks. Speaking of which, you will see both my brackets today. And if the boys can join me, because I did alert them that we're an hour early, so be it. And today's episode will start the new version of the podcast. I did some house cleaning over the weekend, and I'm ready to roll with that, and I'm ready to distribute it the right way. All right. All that's out of the way. Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Gotta keep things to a low roar because I think my wife is just about waking up now, and you'll see adjustments that we are making and doing across the course of the next 2 hours. All right, we got that straight. And I say unto you, good morning. Welcome to the Maniac Bracketology Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This first hour, as I get everything up here, man, Shane's been messing around in the truck again. This first hour is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Snowman here, riding solo for the time being. I alerted the crew that we're starting an hour early. They're getting themselves together. And I think Victor will join me for the second hour. I believe that to be the case because that's the alert I got. Okay. Now, with all that out of the way, it's time for the whip around presented by Fanatics. And we begin in Cincinnati, where Jamar Chase and T. Higgins have become the richest wide receivers in NFL football history, each of them receiving a 4-year extension. Jamar Chase, 4 years for $160 million, and T. Higgins, 4 years for $115 million. So they are going to stay put. Lakers break their 4-game losing streak as they defeated the Phoenix Suns yesterday. What is wrong with the Phoenix Suns? We'll discuss that later on in the week. Coming down the stretch in spring training, the teams are deciding who is going to stay, who is going to go, and all that good stuff. And we are speeding towards opening day. Well, they have an opening day in Japan, and I believe that game started this morning. If there's an update, we will provide it for you. And that's the Whip Around presented by Fanatics. Coming up next, time for the bracketology discussion. The brackets have been revealed, and you all will see me break down my brackets and make a live pick on CBSSports.com. Hang on to your hats, folks. Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
College basketball is the name of the game today, and not only will we be discussing the NCAA, we'll also be discussing the NIT. Mark Kelly is with us this morning. He said, "Are you afraid to have the big dog on?" No, the big dog is going to take a few days because a very dear friend of his passed away, and he informed me on Saturday that he'll be taking a few days to rest up and, take some time, because when you lose someone very dear to you, it hits you hard, and it hit him hard. So he will be away for a few days, dealing with grief and dealing with the family and getting all that together. Okay. Let's talk NIT tournament, shall we? There's a lot of teams that people thought would sneak into the NCAAs that are in the NIT. The number 1 seeds are SMU, Dayton, UC Irvine, and San Francisco. Yes, the San Francisco Dons will be in the NIT tournament. Let's go over the schedule, shall we? On the road to Indy. In the Dallas region, SMU, top seed, hosts Northern Iowa. Oklahoma State will play Wichita State. Arkansas State, the number 3 seed, will battle St. Louis. And North Texas will host Furman. That's part of the first round. As we go to the Dayton region, it's number 1 Dayton hosting Florida Atlantic. Middle Tennessee will take on Chattanooga. That's the 4 seed. 3 seed Bradley will take on North Alabama. And 2 seed George Mason will take on Samford. It's weird that the NCAA tournament for a long time was the biggest tournament. Now you got the NIT is the smaller tournament. Pumpkin, what are you doing up here? You just can't help it, can you? All right. As we move on in the NIT, UC Irvine, the top seed in the Irvine region, will host Northern Colorado. Georgia Tech, who I thought was going to sneak into the NCAAs, will play Jacksonville State. They will host them. St. Joe's will host UAB, and Santa Clara, the 2 seed, will host UC Riverside. And last but not least, the San Francisco region has number 1 San Francisco hosting Utah Valley. 4th seed San Jose State will host Loyola of Chicago. They damn near won their conference tournament, but they got defeated in the semifinals. St. Bonaventure at number 3 will take on Kent State, and 2 seed Stanford will take on CSU Northridge. And those are the 32 teams that are in the tournament. Now, heard an argument yesterday that Indiana should have had a chance to compete in the main tournament. Wait, that's not the complete bracket? I thought I posted the complete bracket. Yeah, I did. I'm looking over another bracket here. Yeah, I did. I talked about the whole bracket. Now, I might have to do a bracket for the NIT as well. They start their tournament tomorrow. DH Impact Media is with us early this morning. He says, "Good morning, brother. Good morning to you." He says, "Yeah, I don't know why UNC made the tournament. They don't have no good wins on the year. They really don't. They really don't. You know, another team that should have gotten in, West Virginia. I don't know how West Virginia didn't make the tournament either. So Indiana will not compete in the postseason, nor will West Virginia. They will not compete in the postseason. Sad but true. And Michigan gets in as a 5 seed. Holy cow! Matter of fact, y'all want to go over the bracket? Let's go over. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's join the madness and let's go over the bracket. Y'all will see me make my picks later on in the show. But let's light up the chat here. Who are some of the other teams that you thought would make the tournament but didn't? I gave you two of mine, Indiana and West Virginia. Indiana and West Virginia. And somehow North Carolina got in with their run to the quarterfinal. Well, I said on Friday that if North Carolina got to at least the quarterfinal, they would get in. And they did. I now believe they should not have been in. I now believe that they should not have been in. We'll talk to Jay about that a little bit later on in the show. Who do you guys think should have gotten in but didn't? We'll talk about that a little later on. Your number one seeds are Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. And the fact that Houston is in again as the champions of the Big 12, fun. It's going to be fun seeing what they do. Do y'all think Houston has a chance to get all the way to San Antonio for the Final Four? They were number one seeds, I think, a couple of years ago. And they didn't make it. They did not make it. The first four, which is always they don't have the first four here. Yeah, I'll get it. All right. I said it's possible, but you never know with this tournament. Absolutely right. I say the same for Auburn. Because Auburn's represented from the SEC, Florida, a 2 seed. Florida is a 1 seed, I beg your pardon. Tennessee is a 2 seed. Right? Bama is a 2 seed. So the SEC is very well represented here. And I'm doing live research now to see where North Carolina is playing in the first four. And here's the first four right here. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry about that, folks. Try another site. We'll try another site here. You never know this is why I love the NCAA tournament, because you never know what's going to happen in this tournament. Will a first four team get all the way to the Final Four? like VCU did some years back? We don't know. Here's the first four right here. And they start tomorrow. The first game will be Alabama State versus St. Francis of Pennsylvania. That's at 6:40. And then the 9-10 game will be San Diego State, beg your pardon, and North Carolina. So a chance for San Diego State to knock out the Tar Heels. The game's on Wednesday. 6:40 will be American and Mount St. Mary's, and then at 9:10, Texas and Xavier, and those games will take place at UD Arena in Dayton, Ohio. But how the hell did North Carolina make it into this tournament? I seem to think, and y'all can disagree with me if you want to, but I seem to think that it's just because of brand recognition that they got in the tournament. I think it's because of brand recognition. You know, what would a tournament be like without North Carolina? A few years ago, we found out. But the NCAA wants eyes, and they want the Carolina crowd to travel well. But they have no significant wins on their ledger. None. UNC is favored by 3.5 in that game. Let's look at North Carolina, shall we? They come in with a record of 22-13. They lost to number 1 Kansas. They lost to 4th-ranked Auburn. Matter of fact, they had a 3-game losing streak when they lost to Auburn, Michigan State, and Alabama in succession. They lost to Florida. They lost in conference to Louisville by 13. They lost to Pitt by 8 at Pittsburgh. And they lost at Duke. And they lost at Clemson. They lost at Clemson. Really? Hell, they lost to Stanford, for God's sakes. They lost to Stanford. And they lost to Duke 3 times, including the ACC tournament. They lost at Cameron 87-70. They lost at home 82-69. And the closest game was with Duke in the ACC semifinals. And they lost by 3, 74-71. Where is the significant win on this schedule? Of course, they played Elon to warm up before they lost to Kansas by 3. And again, they had a 3-game losing streak where they lost to Auburn, Michigan State, and Alabama that knocked them out of the top 25. And yet they're in the tournament. They're in the first 4. I was told a long time ago, and I was reminded recently of the case of North Carolina State, both cases, 1983 and last year. All you have to do is get in. Doesn't matter where. Does not matter where you get in. Survive and advance is the mantra for the NCAA tournament. Survive and advance. I want to see North Carolina try to survive San Diego State. San Diego State returns to the tournament. Dog is awake but won't be joining. Yeah, we explained to the fans why. We want you to be at 100%. You say that to me all the time, and I appreciate you. If you can, Big Dog, alert the rest of the crew that we're on now. But yeah, North Carolina in the tournament? I don't think so. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, we'll look at some more teams that got into the tournament that should not have been there. And we'll look at some more of the snubs. Matter of fact, we'll do the snubs before we do the bracket. Snowman in the Morning returns in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meet of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning. This portion presented by SeatGeek, where fans can fan. I'm looking at some of the teams that got snubbed, and the one that surprises me the most is UC Irvine. 28-6 on the year, but they lost to UC San Diego 75-61. Coach Russell Turner said, quote, "It's undeniable." Excuse me. It's undeniable the devastating feeling of falling short of the goal of playing in March Madness. We knew if we won, we would reach the mountaintop, and if we did not win, like we didn't tonight, we would feel like we failed. Here's Droid coming to us from Kansas with us this morning. And tell me a team that you think should have gotten in but didn't.
I think I can name about 5, but one is definitely Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, and you talked about Georgia Tech last week that they should be able to sneak in the tournament, but they fell in the ACC tournament, and then the committee left them out. What's your argument for Georgia Tech?
I think one of the big things is like you look at their wins; they have some pretty strong wins under their belt, and only losing to Duke by 8 in the ACC tournament is one of the big things that I also look at too. You look at a powerhouse like Duke, who went all the way basically in the ACC tournament, and you can't be leaving teams like that out.
Well, Duke ran the table in the ACC tournament, as you said, and they played the last 2 games of that tournament without their superstar Cooper Flagg, who was out with an injury, but he will play in the tournament. Come here, Pumpkin. Man, you're heavy. What's another team you think should have got in but was left out?
I'm thinking this early in the morning.
Yes. I'm thinking this early in the morning. And as my wife says best, I don't want to. But what do you think about West Virginia? Should they have gotten a bid over North Carolina?
No, North Carolina deserved it more, in my opinion.
Because
North Carolina makes them more money, but also it's like North Carolina has just been the better team overall throughout the years.
Well, not this year. They lost to Duke 3 times. They have. I just went over the schedule. They had a 3-game losing streak to Auburn. They had a 3-game losing streak that teams had lost to. Escaped me. It's early in the year. But they have a chance against San Diego State, a game that we'll cover here tomorrow night. How about making a case? How about making a case for UC Irvine?
I don't know about UC Irvine, but I'm looking at Xavier. They were the first team out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching Xavier all week, all tournament, and I was like, how is this team in the first 4 and is projected to be eliminated by Texas?
You think they can pull the upset over Texas?
I don't know. Texas has been a strong team. They're looking like a strong team to finally win the national championship, but it's all gonna depend on how everything goes. But I think I have a strong bid for the national championship, and I think it's gonna go to Florida this year.
We're going to do our brackets to kick off the second half of the show. Was scheduled to have Playmaker with us. I'm going to alert him that I'm on early. I'll see if he can join us early. But the SEC is represented well with Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. Illinois is waiting the winner of the first 4. Oklahoma is in. Georgia is in. Florida is the number 1 seed. Alabama, a 2 seed, so that's 7. Ole Miss is in. They await the winner of the first 4 game. That's 8. And that, I believe that will be it.
I mean, like
check out Mississippi State. That would be 9.
It's
9
diabolical to me. It's diabolical to me that a team like San Diego State could go from the Final Four to the first four that quickly.
Well, listen, VCU, since the introduction of the Final Four, first four, beg your pardon, VCU on 2 occasions. Yeah, I know how you feel with that yawn. Trust me. VCU on 2 occasions went from the first four to the Final Four. Well, in fact, VCU did it, and then Butler did it.
No, I mean like they went from being in the national championship to barely even making the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
I know, but the mantra is survive and advance. The mantra is survive and advance. And San Diego State has a chance to survive. So does Texas. Is it weird to see Texas in the first four and not in the field of 64?
I think it was just like they had a pretty terrible year in the Big 12, pretty strong conference overall. So seeing them in the first four isn't entirely like too surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But to people who have been watching Texas for years, it's like, how does Texas in this? I forget that they're in the SEC now, but
Yep.
But you got to remember they took losses to Vanderbilt early in the year, losses to big teams like Tennessee, Auburn, and Ole Miss. They even dropped a game to A&M. They got, usually when they lost, it was by like 20. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the problem. Every time Texas lost, it was by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at the game versus Texas A&M, they lost by 20. 80-60 was the final score.
Yeah.
You look at the game against Florida, 84-60 was the final score.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at the game against Vanderbilt, and then you look at the game against Alabama, 103-80 was the final score.
Yeah, when they played in conference, they lost big. They lost huge every single time.
The only time they were able to even get past A&M, it had to go to double overtime.
Mm-hmm. What? I think Pumpkin wants to go out, so let me let him out. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll discuss the women's bracket as well. And I think I have Jay Spivey cleared for 8:30. Let me see if I can get the playmaker on at the top of the hour. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
To the women's bracket now, and looking at their first 4. Hoo-wee, this is going to be quite competitive. Let's look at the first 4, and they'll play these games in Spokane and Birmingham. Well, the winner will advance to the regional round in Spokane and Birmingham. A pair of 16s, UC San Diego and Southern University. Regional 2, pair of 11s, Columbia and Washington. Region 3, a pair of 11s, Iowa State and Princeton. It's weird that Iowa State snuck in. And Region 3, also High Point and William and Mary. Your 4 number 1 seeds for the women's tournament are UCLA, defending champion South Carolina, USC, and Texas. And as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm going to fill out both brackets, and y'all are going to see it live. So we're going to have some fun doing that. Are you surprised at the 4 women's number 1 seeds? I'm not, because this is how they played like number 1 seeds all year.
But it's inarguable about these number 1 seeds. There's not really much you can say about it.
Right. One of the 2 seeds is UConn, so there may be a USC UConn clash in Spokane. The 2 seed in the Birmingham regional, in Region 2, is TCU, led by Haley Van Lith. That, if they make it to the regional final, that could be a big time clash. So would USC and Connecticut. 2 seed in Spokane is North Carolina State. And if they make it all the way to the final, they will face top seed UCLA, considering the fact that UCLA is planning to take care of business. Now, South Carolina. They can absolutely run the table again. and win the national championship. They've been one of the strongest teams all year. But a surprise is Duke. And courtesy of their ACC championship, men's and women's, they swept the ACC championships. Because of them winning the ACC championship, they're the number 2 seed in this region. And they could get all the way to Birmingham and face South Carolina. There's one player on Duke, Toby Fournier, who is dynamite, and she's only a freshman. I talked to their voice, Chris Edwards. He'll join us tomorrow on the program, because we're going to go early again tomorrow so we can have a full 3 hours here. I talked to Chris Edwards, and he says that Toby Fournier is one of the players to watch, but also watch the unity as well of Duke. They play together, and they pulled away from top seed North Carolina State in the second half with a very suffocating defense. You think they should have been a 1 seed, or are they good as a 2 seed and they can surprise some people in this region? Remember, the top seed is South Carolina.
Last year, the 1 seed won the tournament, which was South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this year it's not going to be a 1 seed for the women's bracket. I think it's going to be either a 2 seed or a 5 seed that goes all the way in this tournament.
Yep. And I got to pick in my mind of who's going to do it for the women, and it'll be a 2 seed. One of the 2 seeds that I have in mind will upset one of the 1 seeds. I will not reveal it until we get to our brackets. And I'm about set to get to our brackets, and the playmaker is going to be popping in here in just a few minutes. So we'll take our halftime break, and when we come back, more bracketology. How much more can we do? You'll find out after this.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hour 2 of Snowman in the Morning begins now. We are awaiting the arrival of the Playmaker and Vikala, who just texted and said he'll join, and the Playmaker is here. Oh, there they both are. There they both are. First of all, let's bring in our regular crew member. These are the random picks of
Random.
Good morning, Victor. How are you?
Good morning. How's it going, Mr. Snowman, Mr. Droid?
Doing good.
I'm doing as tired as that alarm that I just heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
But we go to.
I heard my wife's alarm just a moment ago.
But
now,
we go to the deemed fit guest line with the.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
the Dean Fit guest line brings in the playmaker, the Dean of Basketball Talk. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Early morning, but hey, making it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and someone told me Victor wasn't gonna miss this opportunity.
No,
No,
he wasn't. As I explained at the top of the show, I came on an hour early because my wife has a conference call at the top of the next hour, and we don't have our offices finished yet. So I'm gonna get in and get this show done, so I won't disturb her while she's on her conference call. All right. Our guest line is brought to you by Deemed Fit for duty and Deemed Fit for support. Made by first responders for first responders. Go to deemedfit.co. Use Droid as your code. And
SITM, sir.
Oh, thank you. See, use the code SITM. And you'll get a percentage off of your purchase. If you spend $100, you'll get free shipping. All right, man. It is time for us to make our bracket picks. We're gonna start with the women. I have mine up here. I'll do mine courtesy of ESPN, and let's start in Region 1.
Wait, you said we're starting with women's?
Yeah, women's bracket.
Let me get that pulled up. The
Let me know when you guys are ready.
And then I can screen share mine so you can go through this because I'm doing it through NCAA themselves.
Oh, you're doing it through the okay. Victor, you ready yet?
Let me go through this.
Is he even awake?
I can answer that question. No.
Okay.
I can answer that question.
I didn't expect to be doing a bracket, so I'm like, oh boy.
There we go. The screen share is up. If you could
You should always know when the bracket comes out, you got to be ready for it.
There we go. Let's start over here.
All right. So
we're starting in Region 1. First
So,
game is
question.
Utes-
Any
Yes.
problem with UCLA being the overall number one?
No. They
It was a
dominated
toss-up.
all
It was a
year
toss-up
long.
for me, being between UCLA and South Carolina. But they're both number one seeds, and I'll give you my thoughts here later on. Start with UCLA. They'll face the winner of UCSD and Southern. I'm going with UCLA to win that game. Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Richmond and Georgia Tech, the 8-9 seed.
And the men's team was robbed, so I think you know where I'm going with this one.
George's picking Georgia Tech. You know I'm going to go that way too. Going with Georgia Tech. Playmaker, who are you going with?
Now, don't be surprised, Richmond, because Richmond is one of them teams that can defend. So I don't know if Georgia Tech gonna have it easy, as most people think, because of the name.
Right.
In the women's game, you just can't look at the names.
No, you can't.
I've been
enough
watching
women's
all year
games.
long, and
Yep.
Richmond has been having their entire conference by the throat all year long. It's been insane watching them.
It's been Richmond and nobody else in that conference. In the Atlantic 10, it's been Richmond and nobody else.
So you talking about a Richmond team that they are holding opponents to 57 points a game.
Stingy. They are stingy on defense. Which way you leaning, playmaker?
So I might be leaning Richmond on this one.
All right. Victor, what about you? Which way you leaning?
I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna go GT on this one.
All right, we are
the overall is Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, Ole Miss versus Ball State, the 5 versus the 12 seed.
The 5-12 can be stupid in both tournaments. The last 3 years, we've had a bunch of 12 seeds win, but I don't think that'll happen this time. I'm going with Ole Miss.
Ball State has been playing really good in the MAC this year versus their football counterparts.
True.
Ball State, is one of those schools where you always think of it as a basketball school. Yeah, they are Excuse me. They are ballers in Ball State. So I think Ball State pulls off the upset.
All right, we got an upset call. Ball State over Ole Miss. Which way you leaning, Victor?
I'm going to join Jordan this one. I think Ball State will pull this one out.
All right. How about you, playmaker? Which way you going?
This is the time for Ole Miss to turn into Ole Miss. This is the time for it right here.
Right.
You a 5th seed. Now time for y'all to step up. Time for y'all to get on the road.
All right. Okay. 4th seed Baylor will take on Grand Canyon, and I'm going with Baylor. Let's go with the playmaker. Which way you leaning on that?
This is going. Do not be surprised if this is a close game going down the stretch.
Yeah.
But I think Baylor is prepared to handle these type of close games, especially after losing back-to-back close games to TCU.
We'll get to TCU a little bit later. Florida State, I beg your pardon, and George Mason.
Hold on. We only went to one person for that Grand Canyon game.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, Joy.
I have been watching Baylor all year, and as you can see, I pull up the stats, the matchup analysis, and all that. This has been a pretty good year for Baylor, but Grand Canyon is the most underrated team in women's basketball, in my opinion. So I got to go Grand Canyon.
All right, Victor, how about you? Which way you leaning?
I'm gonna stay with the top seed. I'm gonna go with Baylor.
All right. Now we go to Florida State and George Mason. This time I'm gonna have playmaker lead this one off.
I'm gonna make this one a little easier. All right. You talking about the nation's leading scorer and Lotson for Florida State. She cannot be stopped. And that would be too much for George Mason.
I'm going the same way. Florida State has, as you said, playmaker leading scorer in the nation. She is nigh unstoppable. Going with Florida State. Droid?
Oh. FSU. I'm going Florida State University.
My wife actually did that. Actually did that, Chan. All right, Victor, which way you going?
Yeah, going with them old Seminoles.
The old Seminoles. That takes care of that game. Next one goes LSU 3 seed against 14 seed San Diego State. To the playmaker to lead off.
What is the health of Fly J. Johnson? What is the health of Anissa Morrow? Because they'll get past this game. But I need to know the health of their 2 stars because Michaela Williams can't do it by herself.
Right.
But they'll get past San Diego State. But after that, we need to know the health of the other 2 stars for LSU. to see if they can go on a run like we think they can.
Yeah. Going with LSU myself. Victor, which way you leaning?
Go Tigers.
All right, Droid.
LSU, baby.
LSU, Florida State and LSU. We all predict for the next round. 7-10 goes Michigan State and have it. Let's have Droid lead this set of picks off.
I mean, I think people always brush off the Ivy League. Everyone brushes off the Ivy League because they're like, oh, they're all book smart and all that. But we remember what happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
We all remember what happened last year. With Yale, you don't write the Ivy League off. But in this case, Michigan State's been a lot stronger of a team all year long. They've been more consistent. So I'm going to go with Michigan State here.
Same. Going with Michigan State, but do not be surprised if this is a close game. Playmaker?
Defense wins, Michigan State.
And Victor, finish it.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same way, make it a clean sweep. Because as much as I like Harvard, much as I think the Ivy Leagues don't get enough love, I think you got to go with tougher defense, and that's Michigan State.
All right.
And that's the clean sweep presented by Fanatics.
Officially licensed everything. All right. Region 2 begins with South Carolina and Tennessee Tech. I don't have to explain anything.
You overlooked one game.
Yeah, we missed one.
NC State, Vermont.
Oh, NC State.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah, we know. Oh, we are very aware, Playmaker.
I'm going Wolfpack on that one.
Wolfpack.
So are we going to this?
It's a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
We have Playmaker. Do you make it a clean sweep?
No, it's I don't see this being even close.
Me neither. Okay, thank you all for alerting me of that. Now we go to Region 2. South Carolina and Tennessee Tech open that region, and
Tennessee Tech. Thanks for making a conference, but you playing against a team that feels some type of way right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not even close.
Sweep. This is a sweep. South Carolina for everybody. They'll face the winner of 8-9, Utah and Indiana. Let me have the Playmaker lead this one off.
First team to 70 wins.
I can dig that.
Okay.
Give me Indiana.
I'll go the same way. I'll go with Indiana.
Give me them Hoosiers.
Yeah, we're going to
pick.
Yep, we sweeping it. Oh, we sweeping it. Give me Indiana.
Next one, 5-12, Alabama and Green Bay. Let's have the Playmaker lead this one off because this is a toss-up for me.
Green Bay, great season. I see what you're doing, but Sarah Ashley cannot be defended by y'all. That's the difference.
Honestly, I look at this game and I think like what has been like game winners in the past in a lot of NC tournaments. It always comes down to free throws. It seems it always comes down to those free throws, and that free throw percentage means a lot. That 78 versus that 68 is going to mean a lot for Green Bay. I think they barely sneak out with the upset.
All right, I'm going with Bama. I'm going with Alabama. It'll be a tight game for a while, but then I think Alabama will pull away. Let's go 4-13, Maryland and Norfolk State. Norfolk State, thanks for coming. I say Maryland gets by. Playmaker?
Yeah, I groaned.
Welcome to my possible 4-13 upset.
Oh.
Ooh.
Norfolk State likes to run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure do.
I don't know if Maryland have the horses to run with Norfolk State.
So you don't think that Maryland has the legs?
I don't think Maryland has the legs.
Okay.
This is not your typical Maryland team.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Okay.
I'm still leaning with Maryland. They'll eke it out.
I'm actually gonna be on the side of the Playmaker there. I'm thinking Norfolk might actually eke this one out. They may run away with this one.
Go ahead, Droid.
I'll explain why I picked Norfolk. It's mainly because you always are looking at Like, how often do they let their opponents score? And this is that stat right here, opponent efficiency. How often they allow the opponents to score every 100 possessions. 79.1 to the 91.8. Basically, every game for Maryland this year has almost been a close game.
I'm gonna make a change and go Norfolk State.
You talking about Norfolk State? They give up 56 points a game.
Yeah, they blow people out. I'll make a change and make it a sweep. We're all going with the upset of Norfolk State. West Virginia plays the number 11 winner of Columbia and Washington to playmaker to lead off.
Give me WVU. Press Virginia has come to the lady side.
I'll say the same. I go with West Virginia. Droid?
I can't go anywhere else but West Virginia. I'm sorry. Whoever comes out of the first four, it is what it is.
What do you have, Victor?
Take me home, country road. Oh, I'm sorry. West Virginia.
All right. North Carolina and Oregon State, 3-14. Playmaker?
First of all, when did Oregon State join the WAC conference? That threw me off.
Threw me off too.
It was after the Pac. It
was
Pac
after the
2
Pac-12
folded.
Yeah, the Pac-12 imploded and folded.
That threw me all off. But give me North Carolina.
Same. Going with my Tar Heels.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere else but to UNC.
Finish it, Droid.
UNC.
Hark the sound of Tar Heel voices. We make that a sweep. Here's a matchup I'm aching to call. Vanderbilt and Oregon take place at the Coliseum at Vanderbilt. Let me have Victor lead this one off.
This is going to be a tough one because I like both teams. But I think that Vandy is going to turn Oregon Quackers. So I'm going to go with Vanderbilt.
Droid, you're next.
In football, I pull for Vanderbilt. I was pulling for Vanderbilt all year long. I was like, you watch them boys all year long. And y'all kept saying, nah, they're still going to finish bottom of the SEC. They did not. Newsflash. They did not. But I'm going to go Oregon.
I'm going Oregon. I'm going to lean with Oregon. Playmaker, finish it.
I'm sorry for you Duck fans. Yeah, I know how much I love Oregon. Vanderbilt has too much firepower. You have two players on that team that averages 20. How's Oregon going to stop that?
Yeesh.
Fair enough.
Last one. Duke and Lehigh, the Mountain Hawks, are in the tournament, but they face a fabulous freshman by the name of Toby Fournier, and she single-handedly will put away the Mountain Hawks of Lehigh. Give me Duke.
Oh, Duke on a high. That high continues to roll.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I don't even think we need to say anymore.
No,
the entire triangle advances. Give me the Blue Devils.
My former home. I miss that. Let's go to Region 3. The top seed is Texas. They'll get the winner of High Point and William and Mary.
Texas.
Lloyd. Finish it, Victor.
Texas.
All right, that's a sweep. 8-9 goes Illinois and the Blue Jays of Creighton.
This is the game that you want to watch.
Yeah,
this is one I should do.
This is the game you want to watch. You have both teams that can score 70 plus points a game, but they also defend well, giving up less than 65 a game.
Yeah.
Which team can make the critical plays down the stretch? Give me Creighton.
You're going with Creighton.
I gotta do one. I do it from the man upstairs, Mr. Alvin Washington. Got ill.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way too. I'm leaning with Illinois. It'll be a squeaker, and I don't be surprised if there's an extra period in that game.
There might be two.
Might be 2 extra periods. I agree.
There might be 2.
But Alvin, buddy, this is for you. Going with Illinois. Tennessee and South Florida, 5-12. Playmaker, it's yours.
Wait, Jordan needs to put out there.
Jordan gonna have to think on this one. This is a even game right here.
It is. Very much so.
I'm sorry. Lauren Jensen is just too hot right now. I gotta go with Creighton.
All right. And I saw how Creighton won some of their games with Lauren Jensen. Let's go 5-12. Tennessee and South Florida. Playmaker, you're first.
If there's a game that scares me, this is the one.
Mm.
Because you can look at the statistics and it's all going in favor of Tennessee.
Yep.
But South Florida, they like to cause turnovers.
Yes, they do.
Tennessee has been prone to turn the ball over, which
Yeah.
could be the difference in this game.
Yes, it could.
Tennessee, volunteer friend, you better be on your P's and Q's going against South Florida.
Yeah, you better.
I'm gonna roll with the Volunteers, but this game scares me.
You know what? With that fact that you said that South Florida loves to cause turnovers, sound the alarm. I'm going for the upset with South Florida.
Yep. That's actually where I'm going. I always go for the team that likes to cause chaos. And South Florida loves to cause chaos in people's offenses. And I think they're going to do that with Tennessee.
Well, there's going to be a lot of chaos. Droid, what you got?
I mean, USF has had one of those years where you look at statistics, it doesn't look like they've had a good year, but in reality, they've had an amazing year. It's been stupid how they've performed in that conference, and I think I gotta go with USF.
All right. Ohio State and Montana State to the playmaker to lead things off.
Buckeye fans, y'all going against a 30-win team.
Mm-hmm.
Take that for however you want to take it. Montana State can win. But Ohio State, y'all been here before. Y'all are prone to these scenarios where you get teams like this and you always show up. I expect no different.
I'm going with the Buckeyes. But don't be surprised if there's an extra period in this game. Droid, you're next.
MSU.
Oh,
he's going with the upset.
Renegade call.
All right. Ooh, that's an element I need to make. Renegade call. Victor, finish it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Buckeyes, but Buckeyes, if you don't want to be caught with a flagrant foul, you better show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, better show up.
I love that flagrant foul that playmaker did on the 76ers. More on that later. Michigan versus the winner of Iowa State and Princeton. That game alone scares me. Iowa State and Princeton.
Yeah.
That game alone scares me. And they got 6th seed at Michigan. To the playmaker to lead things off.
Man. I don't like either of these matchups for Michigan.
No, I don't.
And to Victor's earlier point about the Ivy League, Princeton is that team that can do it.
Yeah.
If Princeton gets past Iowa State, Michigan is in trouble.
I agree.
Michigan is in trouble if Princeton gets past Iowa State.
Yeah.
So, man.
I think Princeton's gonna beat Iowa State.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the winner of Iowa State Princeton will take down Michigan.
Yeah. I will say especially Princeton.
I'm making the renegade call. I'm going with the winner of Iowa State and Princeton to take down Michigan.
I will only make that call if it is Princeton. Iowa State, I don't know for sure, but I think Princeton will beat that.
They're gonna slice Iowa State to pieces. To be
fair, Iowa State's lucky to even be in the tournament.
True.
Yeah.
The ghost of Pete Carril lives. 3-seeded Notre Dame against Stephen F. Austin. It's all about Hannah Hidalgo and no one else. I'm going with Notre Dame. Playmaker?
Coach Ivy, y'all fought twin at the wrong time. With y'all fighting at the wrong time, you fell to the 3 seed when you was projected to be a 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
You going against a 29-5 Stephen F. Austin team that is not new to this position.
Mm-mm.
You said Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, you need to step up. Sophie, you continue to do what you've been doing. But Notre Dame, y'all need this win to get y'all mojo back because y'all have faltered at the very wrong time. And it would be a shame for y'all to be the first 3 seed to get upset about a 14 seed in this tournament.
Oh, the Leprechaun Legion better bring some luck.
They better come to fight.
They
better come to fight.
Victor, finish it.
I'm gonna go with the Notre Dame Irish, but they better come to fight.
Yep, I agree. Olivia Miles, you got some work to do. Droid, which way you leaning?
I already have it selected, sir. You don't even need to ask me.
All right, 7-10, Louisville and Nebraska. To the playmaker to lead this one off.
You want your toss up for the 7-10? Here you go. Which style you like better? You like Nebraska style or do you like Louisville style? I like Louisville's a little bit better. This is your coin flip game.
It is. My coin says tails. I'm going with Louisville.
I'm going the same way. I'm going to go with Louisville.
They face the winner of TCU and Fairleigh Dickinson. Haley Van Lith. That's all I got to say. Going with TCU.
Wait, where do we go for this one?
Which one?
Louisville, Nebraska.
Louisville.
I don't even think this is discussable. Like,
Between Haley Van Lith has turned back into Louisville Haley Van Lith, and now you have Prince in the inside. That 1-2 punch. Fairleigh Dickinson's gonna have their hands full.
To Region 4, first round. Top seed USC against 16 seed UNC Greensboro. The Spartans are in. Do we need to talk about this?
Yeah, I know you love Greensboro, Snowman, but it is Juju Watkins we talking about.
It's Juju Watkins and everything else. It's Juju Watkins' world, and this regional is just living in it.
I won't go that far.
No, I won't either. California and Mississippi State. Flip a coin and it's on its side.
Yep.
I'm going to roll with the SEC on this one.
All right. He's going Mississippi State. I will do the same. I don't trust Cal in this situation. Droid?
Oh, boy.
do I have to?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine, Mississippi State.
Go with it, Victor.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mississippi State. Let's sweep it.
That's a sweep. All right, Kansas State and Fairfield. Droid, you lead off.
Droid, I don't mind you picking Fairfield because what Kansas State Wildcat team is going to show up for me in this game?
Oh no, it's like
they have been inconsistent this year.
Here's the thing, playmaker.
All year.
You should know by now. I'm a KU fan. I'm never picking K-State in a bracket, even if they are the favorite. I'm going Fairfield.
But what I'm saying, with that even being said, this one I wouldn't mind because I don't know what Wildcat team is showing up. I cannot pinpoint which Wildcat team is showing up.
I don't trust Kansas State either. I'm going with Fairfield for the upset. Victor, which way you going?
Yeah, I think Fairfield may take this one as a surprise.
All right, Kentucky and Liberty from Rupp Arena in Lexington. Playmaker, I'll let you lead off.
Liberty likes to get out and run. That's what scares me. But what's the game taking place at again?
Rupp Arena, Lexington.
That's the difference. That's the difference. But that game scares me. But that's the difference. They in Rupp.
They're in Lexington. I'm going with Kentucky. We'll sweep it there. 6
Yep.
seed Iowa against 11 seed Murray State. Playmaker, I'll let you lead this one off.
I'm doing it.
Uh-oh.
I'm doing it.
Murray State.
Give me the Racers.
Give me the Racers also.
When you can drop 8-7 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I'm going with Murray State also.
Droid
is it sweep?
Caitlin Young, 22.2 points per game, 6.5 rebounds a game. Then you have Haley Plot, 17 points per game. Man, these girls can score.
I was gonna say Iowa, but then y'all brought up that stat. Yeah, give me Murray State.
These girls can score.
Yes, they can. I mean, Murray State pulled away in the second quarter of their championship game in the Missouri Valley Conference. Is this a sweep, Victor?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Oklahoma and Florida Gulf Coast. To the playmaker to lead off.
Usually this is where I go Florida Gulf Coast, but Florida Gulf Coast, I need to see how y'all going to defend Beers. Because if y'all can't defend Beers, y'all not have no shot against Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. I agree there. 2 more in the first round, then we'll welcome our guests and then continue our picks. We'll do the men's picks tomorrow. Oklahoma State and South Dakota State. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the lever for the upset. I'm going with South Dakota State. This is a game. You want to talk about a game that frightens me? This is one of those games that frightens me. Playmaker?
That is a jackrabbit on the screen, right?
It is a jackrabbit, yes.
And those jackrabbits are not new to this stage, right?
Nope. These jackrabbits love to run.
Give them the jackrabbits. I hate to do it to Oklahoma State, but it's the jackrabbits, man.
It's the jackrabbits, absolutely. Droid, finish it.
I mean, you look at a lot of just mainly South Dakota State, how they played all year long has been inarguable about whether or not they'd be favorites. And Paige Meyer has just had an insane year under the Jackrabbits. You got to go Jackrabbits here.
Yep. You make it a sweep, Victor?
Yep. I'll make it a sweep.
All right. Going with the Jackrabbits. All right. We got someone waiting for us. Jay Spivey is with us from North Carolina. Jay, how are you?
Good morning, gentlemen.
And the most scariest team in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. As we finish this off, it is UConn and Arkansas State.
And I'm pretty sure Snowman has heard me and Cole Johnson talk about this on Shooting Lights Out. That Juju Walker is my favorite player.
Mm-hmm.
But that team that's number 2, that is the scariest team in the tournament.
It is.
That's the scariest team in the tournament. That includes South Carolina.
Jay, do you agree with that? UConn being the scariest team in the women's tournament?
As long as Paige Beckers is healthy, absolutely.
And there's your key right there. As long as Paige Beckers is
not
healthy.
even just Paige. Hey, did you see what AC Flood did at Columbia?
Yep.
Well, as long as both of them on the court at the same time, yes, indeed.
And then Sarah Strong.
They've so seldomly been on the same court.
Then Sarah Strong is the best freshman in the game.
Toby Fournier would like to have a discussion about that.
She's from North Carolina.
Yeah, Toby Fournier can have a question about it, but what Sarah Strong has done this year? Oh my gosh!
I don't question it, but I'm
like, Gino.
Look, this is the favorite. I'm saying it's one. Fournier is one of my favorites. I'm not questioning what you're talking about. I'm not questioning that. All right, to the round of 32. My bracket says UCLA and Georgia Tech. Jay, how do you feel about this one?
Really? Blowout Bruins.
All right, Playmaker, you're next.
Give me Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss over Baylor.
Oh my.
All right.
Okay.
Jay, what's your pick?
For that game?
Ole Miss Baylor.
Baylor.
I'm going with Baylor myself. Victor?
Baylor.
And Droid, finish it.
I can't even say Ole Miss now. I was gonna say Ole Miss all the way because if anybody's gonna compete with UCLA, it's got to be Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't change the pick now. It's 3-2. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't worry, Snowman. No, I like being on the island by myself anyway.
Go ahead, Playmaker.
We got Florida State, LSU. Like I said, it depends on the health. But if my girls are healthy, LSU will slow down Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
I got LSU myself.
But if they're not healthy, don't be surprised Florida State.
Yeah, it's a problem. Last one, Michigan State and North Carolina State. To Jay Spivey first.
Wolfpack.
Same.
Yep. Their guard play. I love their guard play.
Same here, man. All right, let's finish this regional. You have in the regional semis.
Sorry, Hoosiers, but y'all on the train to that deals with Gamecocks. I'm sorry. There's no way Indiana's beating South Carolina.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. South Carolina. Jay, how do you feel? South Carolina, Indiana.
Chickens.
All right, we all picked an upset for Norfolk State, but they face 5th seed Alabama.
And
I said they keep going. No, I said they keep going.
No, it ends with Bama.
Roll Tide.
It ends with Bama.
Yeah. It ends with Bama.
But don't be surprised if Norfolk State pulls off that upset, though.
Roll Tide.
Much as I hate to say it,
I think the Tide's going to slow them down. Here's one of interest: West Virginia and North Carolina. Jay, you pick first.
Well, considering the shaft job that West Virginia and some other teams got yesterday in the men's tournament, in regard to the Tar Heels, I hope the women take some of their aggression out on North Carolina women and beat them. So go Mountaineers.
You know what? I'm gonna lean the same way.
Give me press Virginia because they can press and they can turn North Carolina over.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
That's one I'm worried about. I got to go West Virginia.
Let's
get these. Finish it.
Oh, you already know where I'm going. And then with this next one, you got this one. Duke's gonna run circles around Vanderbilt. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's no stopping. Oregon will not stop Duke. Jay?
This is Oregon and Duke?
No, Duke. We picked Vanderbilt.
No, I picked Oregon to beat Vanderbilt.
But the overall pick was Vanderbilt.
The overall pick was Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I picked Vandy.
I still look. They're going to run into Duke and they're going to run into problems. Lots.
So are we going Vanderbilt or Oregon here?
I'm going with Oregon.
But on this bracket that we are looking at, it is Vanderbilt.
Okay, I can live with that.
I'll go Vandy.
Vandy.
Ooh. Vandy. Ooh. All right. Back to
my girl Shay Ralph. North Carolina's own Shay Ralph.
I want to get the top of this bracket. The reason I went to the second region is because I want to get the top of the bracket done.
Okay.
So we head back to Region 1.
UCLA,
Baylor.
Baylor won't be able to hang with UCLA.
Bruins.
Lauren Betts. That's all I got to say.
The only time I'll ever pick a team called the Bruins.
Ooh.
Tigers.
Here he's getting
that shot's at Shane, and he's not even here.
Yep.
At this point, the Tigers are healthy. They got all their stars, and I'm going Tigers.
Same.
I'm tempted. Jay, what do you think?
Which game are we had here?
LSU, North Carolina State.
Ooh.
Exactly.
This is like the toss up of these semis.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bias toward State for several reasons here, but I think I'm going to go Tigers.
I'm going with North Carolina State.
Doesn't
I
matter
hope you
where.
do. I hope the pack wins, but
It doesn't
I'm
matter
going
where.
North-
It doesn't matter where I lean here, because the majority's already for LSU. So I'm gonna go NC State just to make it look like it was a split decision.
well,
All
Kim
right.
Mulkey will say something. So
Yep. You know. She will.
We don't even need to
All
question
right.
this one.
Back to region 2 for their semifinals. South Carolina and Alabama. Is there really a choice?
No.
Nope.
Here's the thing. We talked about West Virginia and they like the press. Duke can break the press. That's the difference.
That's
Duke knows
a
how
big
to break.
difference.
But
I
here's
mean,
the thing:
Duke-
will they execute it? Is the big question.
Oh,
will
they
they
will.
be able to execute?
I believe they will. So I'm going 2-seeded Duke. I'm going with Duke.
I think everything comes crumbling down for Duke in this point of the tournament. I'm going West Virginia.
You're going with West Virginia. Okay.
Because I think one of the thing is if West Virginia's gonna fall to anyway, it's gonna be South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna fall to Duke. I think Duke will figure them out.
Yeah.
All right. To our regional championships. Region 1, we have 1 and 2, UCLA and North Carolina State. I picked North Carolina State to beat LSU.
Mm-hmm.
But can they stop Lauren
majority?
It don't matter if LSU or North Carolina State. I'm still going UCLA.
Same here.
Bruins.
I gotta go Lauren Betts and the Bruins. Victor,
And
do you
yes,
think
South
that
Carolina on the other side too.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the other side, South Carolina on the other side.
All right, let's get back down to Region 3. Texas Creighton is your regional semifinal, regional quarterfinals matchup.
Texas.
Texas is more physical.
Horns.
Hook 'em.
Horns.
I so badly want to go Creighton, but I gotta go
Hook 'em.
Texas.
Hook 'em. Hook 'em.
Next up is USF, University of South Florida versus Ohio State.
This is where Ohio State get caught.
As much as I despise the Buckeyes, I'm going with the Buckeyes.
This is where Ohio State gets caught.
I agree.
Gets caught with their pants down.
They get caught.
I think they get caught here too. I think they get caught here too. I'm going with South Florida.
Buckeyes.
Yep.
I'm going USF.
I'm going Buckeyes.
We're split on that one. All right. We all went for the winner of Iowa State Princeton to take down Michigan, and therefore they have Notre Dame next.
Notre Dame got off the schneid against Stephen F. Austin. Now they got their mojo back.
Yep, going with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Jay?
Irish,
we sweep that. And then you got Louisville.
Performance of the lifetime. Haley Van Lint goes off on Louisville.
And then she'll transfer to another
She
school.
goes. I think Haley Van Lint goes completely off against the school where she first started her career. I'm going with TCU.
Then at mid game, she'll transfer to another school.
I'm going with Texas Christian, and then we go back to Region 4 so we can get all them back up to the original semifinals. So we are going to start with Fairfield versus Kentucky because we all know USC is going to run through Mississippi State.
Yeah,
Georgia A. Moore and the Wildcats.
Cats.
That's a sweep.
Go Blue. Go Blue.
I was
Murray
really hoping
State.
it was going to be a Wildcats bowl, Wildcats versus Wildcats, but they suck.
I think Fairfield's going to take down Kansas State. You got Murray State and Oklahoma in the next regional semifinal. Jay?
Man.
Sooners.
Boomer Sooners.
Boomer Sooner. What do you think?
Let's make JR proud.
Yes.
Give me Oklahoma because I think the defense will be able to slow the races down just enough. But that racer team can score. Jeez.
Yes, they can.
That racer team can score.
Yes, they can. They ran through the Missouri Valley Conference. All right. Jackrabbits and Huskies. I don't even have to ask.
Nope.
UConn.
Howl Huskies howl.
Going UConn. All right. Now we have our region final, USC and Kentucky. Jay, you first.
Trojans.
All right, he's going with the Trojans, and so am I. It's Juju Watkins' world. Victor?
Yeah, I'm gonna go USC. I was gonna say the place with the best fried chicken is gonna win, but I don't think so in this case.
Playmaker, what do you think?
Juju, man.
Yeah, it's got exactly. USC has the best juju in college basketball, women's college basketball.
Actually, I believe technically they're not the Trojans. They're technically the women of Troy.
True.
I forgot about that. They're the women of Troy.
I forgot about that also. I plain forgot about that because the first time I ever saw them with Cheryl Miller, they were women of Troy. And shout out to Frank Gleber, who called that championship game, the late great Frank Gleber.
Did Joy really pick South Florida to beat Texas?
No,
they're not beating Texas. They are not beating Texas.
Here's the thing. I have a real thing where it's like I can't put one seeds going all the way every time. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
When women, a lot of times it's chalk.
Yeah,
but the women is chalk.
It is. That is.
Right.
It is. I can't argue with that.
I can't either. Oklahoma and UConn. I'm going with UConn.
Huskies.
Oh,
Gino.
The UConn's gonna run circles around Oklahoma.
Gino.
If Oklahoma can't guard UConn, they in trouble.
Then you have the finish of this region. We're in Region 4, USC and UConn. And here's where I pull the lever. I'm going with UConn.
Women of Troy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going USC. Victor?
I'm going UConn.
All right, what you got, Playmaker?
It happened last year, and it happens again. Same spot, same time, same result.
So he's going to Oklahoma.
UConn takes down the Trojans.
Yeah, I'm going UConn. Now, to finish off our brackets.
The battle for Texas.
Finish off our brackets.
Give me Texas over TCU. Madison Booker would be the difference in that game more than Haley Van Lith.
I agree. We're all picking TCU to make it to the regional final. Do
Not
you agree,
me.
Jay?
Hook 'em.
Horns.
Hook 'em.
And we got the horns to finish the job.
Hook 'em.
Yep.
Horns.
So my final four, let's everybody look at their brackets. My final four goes UConn, then Texas, UConn, UCLA, South Carolina, and Texas. Those are my final four. Playmaker, what's yours?
Everybody's gonna hate me for this.
Go for it.
Gino Auriemma Gates hit back to the national championship. They take down UCLA.
I hope so.
I believe it.
I think my same as yours, Snowman.
This is
I
where
hope UConn wins because it's been 9 years since they won.
This is where UConn finishes the job, and they will face Texas for all the marbles.
I think my same as yours, Snowman. I think it's UConn that takes the whole crown.
I think UConn will cut the nets down. UConn, I believe, will cut the nets down at the end of it. Droid, what do you think?
No. Who are you thinking, Droid?
Just look at the screen.
UConn.
Yep. So
he's got UConn. He's got the Huskies.
Yep. So it's
I got Gino Auriemma pulling the trigger.
And he might just walk off the court.
Yep.
Even though he just signed an extension, if they do win, he might be to say, I'm done.
He will retire.
Yeah.
That
and
is
I can't blame him.
I can't blame him either.
In a tournament.
I can't blame him either.
When I saw what they did to South Carolina, I said, "Oh no,
yep,
this is not what the basketball world wanted to see right now."
They
not a UConn sighting all of a sudden.
UConn got their act together when they went to South Carolina and sliced them to pieces.
That's an understatement.
It is. They held South Carolina to 59 points. When South Carolina loves to turn the pressure on and try to make you make mistakes, i.e., turnovers. But it didn't work. As soon as UConn, and take this down here, as soon as UConn grabbed the lead in that game, they ran away.
But if it does come down to UConn and South Carolina, that would be interesting because I always say you don't get Don Staley twice.
Right.
You can ask Texas. They saw UConn, they saw South Carolina for a third time after they won the last game, and you saw what South Carolina did to them.
Well, once again, no matter who's in the championship, as I was looking yesterday at the future sites for Final Fours for the women,
yep,
they refuse to play in domes, which to me makes no sense.
None.
And they're playing in these cities that have no business hosting Final Fours.
I
mean, no difference whatsoever to Columbus, Ohio. It's the largest city in Ohio. But why are they hosting the women's Final Four? Not this year, but next year.
Next year, I mean, I was going to say Tampa Bay is a perfect pick for this year.
But it's still, the arena is too small.
It is.
I mean, yeah, Emily Arena was built for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, yeah, it's a pretty small arena in general.
It's just too small for a national championship.
I'll make this argument again, and I'll continue to make this argument. You can put the women's Final Four in a big stadium, and they'll sell it out.
Where was it last year? Correct me. Where was it last year? I forgot.
It was in Cleveland.
All right. So I no offense toward Cleveland. That Final Four should have been moved to like Indianapolis or something. Put them in the dome because they could have put 80,000 people in the Final Four last year.
I agree.
They would have sold out.
It would have sold out. If you could
Caitlin Clark's going to sell out everywhere she plays.
If Caitlin Clark can sell out Kinnick Stadium for a preseason game, you can't tell me they wouldn't sell out Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy.
I mean, the Atlanta Dreams already decided they're playing in the dome this year.
Oh, they're playing at Mercedes-Benz this year.
No, I said they're playing State Farm. I'm sorry.
State Farm Arena.
They're playing in like an 8,000 seat arena.
The Chicago Sky playing at the United Center.
They are playing in the Chicago. Yes.
Yeah, both games against the Indiana Fever, A, are sold out, and B, they're both playing the United Center.
I believe Washington is doing the same thing. Because I believe, don't they usually play like George Mason or somewhere?
Yeah. And they're moving to the Verizon.
Whatever it's called now.
Yeah, whatever it's called now. It's not the Capitol Center.
So most of the games that the Fever is playing on the road, they're playing in the bigger like NBA arenas.
Yep. That they are.
So again, I mean, I know that's a little bit iffy with the women's game, but why not move it and try to grow the game a little bit?
And grow the
audience.
audience.
Quit playing these cities that have no business playing host to these games. I mean, why do they keep putting them in Spokane and Bridgeport? And
why do they have two regional finals in one place?
And that, I understand that. I get that.
No, I get that. I think the thing is, and listening to Rebecca Lobo last night, why is one of the reasons in Spokane, the other ones in Birmingham, when the teams that play in Birmingham have a short trip to right there to Temple?
Well,
true. And the team from Spokane, they got to come all the way from Washington all the way down to Florida.
Where your regional final is? Spokane,
Washington.
Put them in some big cities.
Yeah. Start putting them in some bigger cities.
Yeah, you put them in some bigger cities, but also put it in a way that it's not a lot of traveling. That it makes sense.
So what cities, Playmaker, do you suggest?
So next is Columbus, right?
Yep.
So if next year Columbus is the Final Four, you can do one side. Let's say you can do maybe. I know they want to don't make it real close, so you can go Atlanta for one region. Then you can go probably Kansas City for the other one.
The Sprint Center.
It's a good one.
Any of these places.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not that much traveling
to
get from the regional finals to the semifinals.
Yeah, and then you could also argue Enterprise Center in St. Louis as another spot for that regional final.
How about playing the Garden?
Why not? Why not the Garden? Why not where you
Why
have
not both Gardens?
Yeah, play in Boston, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. You know, in the New York Liberty, they can
grow
easily,
the game.
And don't be surprised if the New York Liberty go back to back after what just took place last night.
It's obviously that he doesn't care about the women's tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you didn't know, Snowman. Natasha Cloud got traded from the Connecticut Suns to the New York Liberty.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's what I get for sleeping when news goes down. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting to say the least. Here are the Fever games that have moved to larger arenas.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta's moved from the Gateway Center, which is 3,500, to State Farm Arena, 19,050. Ka-ching. May 28th and September 7th, the Mystics are moving their games against Indiana from Care First Arena, which seats 4,200, to CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, 13,300.
Baltimore?
Why are they playing in Baltimore? Why don't they just play at the new Capitol Center?
Please tell me. There's no way both of those dates were taken already.
As a joke and a joke only. Why are they playing in Baltimore? Because yes, Lamar, it is you.
Exactly. And then
oh my god, I thought we were done with that. Oh my god.
And then June 7th and July 27th, you know these in Chicago from Wintrust Arena, 10,387 to the United Center, which is seats over 20, which seats over 20,000. They have the estimate at 20,000. The official capacity is 21,711.
And I think they'll fill every last
Heck,
seat.
you could argue that the Fever should move their home games to the whatever they're calling the dome these
Lucas
days.
Oil Stadium.
Yeah, they're just you could argue they should play there.
They should. They should have at least one or two showcase games at Lucas Oil Stadium.
I'm sorry, but the
Well,
NHL is going to host
at least one of the Sky games.
Series.
How many times do they play the Sky at home?
2.
Well, at least one of those games you could easily put in the dome.
Yeah.
Well, Caitlin and Angel Reese, give me a break.
I'm sorry, but the NHL is going to host the Stadium Series at Lucas Oil before the NWNBA hosts any game like that.
I don't think so.
It's a race.
Within this year.
It's a race to see if that happens.
Within this year, I think there'll be a WNBA game at Lucas Oil within the next year. This year or next year.
I'm sorry.
They would have announced it by now if it was happening this year.
Yeah, they would.
It's a slow bill.
When is the Fever playing in Iowa City? When is that date? I know they're playing there sometime. It's sometime in May, isn't it?
I think so. Let's do a little quick live research here.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, no man. You should be happy for Indiana. I think they're gonna have a good season this year.
And I'm calling all 44 games.
To me, they won the offseason.
Too bad the Team USA didn't capitalize on some marketing by putting her on the Olympic team.
Hey, look here, Jay. We had one goal in mind, and that goal was accomplished.
And they would have won with or without her.
I probably should
put her on the team.
I probably shouldn't bring this up, but is Stephen A okay?
No.
He's doing fine. He's making $20 million a year.
He's still gonna say that man signed a whole $100 million contract. That man knew what not to do.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And speaking of, since we're gonna give congratulations, Cincinnati! I finally stopped being cheap.
Yeah,
their two best players.
They broke out the pocketbook last night.
They brought the Brinks truck back.
Well, they need to sign Henderson too.
Didn't
they say they're letting Hendrickson walk?
Yeah.
They got to now because they play their receivers.
No, I think they're going to go after him.
We'll see.
But they stopped being cheap though.
I love you, Spivey, but no, they're not. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they stopped being cheap, and I appreciate it.
Man, back to the
It's like they're not being cheap with their offense. Can't say the same thing about their defense.
No, that was cheap. Periods. It didn't matter
Yeah.
offense or defense. That was cheap. Period.
Did you find that date?
No, I didn't.
I know they're playing in Iowa City.
They needed some weapons for Burrow. So either way,
we'll see what happens. All right, folks. Out of time. Jay, thanks for picking along with us. Might have you back tomorrow when we do the men's bracket. And thanks for joining us as always. We appreciate you.
Well, good. Then I can talk about the shaft job that the NCAA tournament committee made yesterday.
Come on back tomorrow. We'll discuss it. Thank you, Jay.
All right, gentlemen.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. So long, everybody.